Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. How's everyone doing? Happy 17th of December, it's Tuesday. It's the day before the FOMC, so in 24 hours we already know what's the Fed decision, which most likely is there's not going to be any surprise because the market is pricing in 25 basis cut. So the odds are 95% for the rate cut, so no surprise in there. The surprise, or what the market is going to be paying attention to, is the projection from the Fed towards what to expect in 2025, 2026, and so on. Like how many rate cuts is the Fed forecasting for next year? That's going to be the main important aspect of tomorrow's meeting. And then of course the Q&A, just to hear the thought process that Pedro has, and most likely not really much because everyone is waiting eventually for Trump to be in charge on the 20th of January. So after that, actually, that's where we're going to be knowing a little bit more of what to expect. Even the Fed is going to be able to position accordingly based on what Trump is going to do. In terms of the market, today we had retail sales. It was slightly better than expected in the US, so that's good. And then we also had CPI in Canada, which was slightly higher than expected. All right, so that's actually interesting because the Bank of Canada was quite aggressive last week with a 50 basis point rate cut. So that was quite aggressive, and now the CPI is slightly higher than what they were expecting. They were expecting a decrease to 2.4. It actually remained the same at 2.6. So we'll see if this more aggressive path that the Bank of Canada is taking is not going to have negative effects into the inflation in there. What you see from Canada is just the bullish run continues on dollar cut and the most of the cut pairs. So looking at the dollar, this is basically what we have. We are kind of still stuck within the same range, okay? We talked about this level where dollar index could react, and this is basically the one. Basically, again, any green marks that you see here on the chart is basically levels that I can anticipate, or I'm anticipating that price can react from. It doesn't mean that's going to be the best level to look for a trade in terms of where, or at least expect some big movement in the market from there. No, that's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is just I'm expecting some reaction. I think I see orders in there that are left behind, and I could see price reacting from. So basically, that's where it reacted today at 10 a.m. and since then it reversed, and basically it's just reacting from the next demand zone. And that's basically everything that we have in here. We actually managed to break slightly below this low yesterday, so that's something to keep in mind and to use it as a clue for the future. But for now, we are still within this range. Personally, as I mentioned already on Sunday or even yesterday, I'm not the biggest fan of this double top, so I think this level could definitely be taken. I like actually this engulf down, but I think price could eventually take this double top in there, go a little bit higher, and from there somewhere around here potentially look for shorts. Like, so we have been looking for this potential double top on dollar index, even like basically since the end of last November. We even looked at the potential price reacting from this level around NFP. It didn't really do that. With NFP, actual price moved down and created this low. And now around the FOMC, that's basically the moment that we're going to see if this level actually is going to hold and continue to push down, or from here we're going to see some bullishness and price potentially moving to the upside, right? But I like it. I want to see how price may react from around this level in here on the dollar index. Quite similar is what's going on the euro dollar. Kind of a bit in the range still, even though, but then on pound actually there was a really big move to the upside. We're going to be looking at that as well, because on pound, as I mentioned, we actually have some news related to in the UK. Today was unemployment. All right, so today we actually had unemployment in the UK, which was actually slightly better than expected. That's actually quite nice, but this is a concern. Okay, so it remained at 4.3%, but this is a little bit of a concern The average earnings has been always quite high in the UK, all right, and now kind of pushing a little bit to the upside, and this can be a problem mostly for inflation. Like overall, it's not a problem, of course. We want to see the average earnings increasing. That's no problem at all. But just in terms of inflation, that can keep the inflation a little bit higher. If the salaries continue to increase like this, all right. So that's a little bit of the concern. But overall, the unemployment remains at 4.2%. So that's actually good data in here for in the UK. And tomorrow we have CPI, so that's another one to look for, all right. So yeah, expecting 2.6% or 3.6, actually an increase in CPI. And then on Thursday you have Bank of England. Okay, so dollar index already looked for. Guys, let me know as well what you're looking in your own charts. What levels are you looking for? Because basically that's the main purpose of doing this live stream as well, is to look at levels together and try to see where are the best opportunities for tomorrow trading session. So in terms of dollar, I'm still going to wait. I think I like the potential breakout of this above top into something in there, and then you'll see what's going to happen next. If price goes down, that's kind of my target. It's going to be around this level, at least with the potential to go even lower. Looking at the US indices, S&P just continues to remain within the same structure. All right, so basically we have price still around this level. Again, this level in here already managed to slightly break over that zone, even though it just reacted straight away from the next level. But we continue to be here. All right, so that was a level that I was looking for as well, even though price kind of stayed a little bit underneath the zone that I actually wanted, but I wanted to see this level being break down. That's kind of happened yesterday. And now price continues now to respect this one. So we are definitely stuck in this level, and it's going to be interesting what's going to happen in here. Again, any effect when you do have a range, of course, price can literally just fake out one of those levels or the extremes and then push back into the range again. So that's something that we need to be aware of in here. Now this high has been holding price for a while this will actually already managed to break that low in there. So maybe there's already kind of an engulf in here to the downside on the S&P, but it doesn't really look that strong. At least is ranging. We'll see how the market's going to react tomorrow and until the end of the year as well, if there's going to be kind of a little bit of conversion to continue to push higher, of this actually kind of a distribution, more price of potentially moving to the downside from here. Nasdaq, that was a really aggressive move yesterday to the upside. Today it was a retracement, so actually it was a nice PA at around the highs, with the potential retracement back into this level. Again, this one didn't really react from it just yet, so that eventually can be a level to anticipate price to go towards to. Nice reaction from this level, to be honest. But yeah, so Nasdaq, we actually have a little bit more of aggressive move to the upside, but now kind of rejecting. On Nasdaq, on the S&P, sorry, we do have more of a range going on. So we'll see if the market is waiting for some kind of alignment for both of them to be in alignment before a potential move to the downside, or even to the upside, who knows. But yeah, at this point there's a little bit more bullishness on the Nasdaq, and yeah, it needs to break a clear structure to start opening a bit more the door to the downside. And after we break that structure, we may have a retracement just to come and collect the orders from whatever highs we're going to have in here, and you can even fake out that high one more time before actually then eventually pushing price to the downside. All right, so yeah, somewhere in here the price can react. I still like this level as well. Maybe price could eventually go towards to. So yeah, just keeping an eye on this one and to see what potentially is going to happen in here on Nasdaq. But yeah, good reaction from around this level, just kind of in the morning. There's maybe even a little bit of zone slightly higher, but price could even fake out the stop and get into that zone, and only after that moving lower. In case price does still want to respect the highs, that could still happen in there. Yeah, nice move in here as well. Confirmation. That's on behind. Price reacts from it, and now it can move a little bit more to the downside. The Dow is the one that we have been looking for a potential retracement, and we are looking for price to get closer to this level. Right, so Dow has been literally in this channel, moving to the downside, and I'm looking for price to get a little bit closer to the extreme in here for a potential move. In there, it was just a potential setup where price could take this low, kind of move a little bit more to the upside. Never really happened. Price kept respecting every single high on the way down. So we're going to just keep tracking in here to see what eventually may happen as price is approaching this structure in here. Right, so that's what we have in here. Much more bearish comparing with Nasdaq and S&P. And yeah, I'm curious to see how price may react from this level, because if we even look at the daily time frame, this is yeah, bearish move that has been going on since the beginning of the month, basically since the 5th of December. Before, that's basically when you created this high. Since then, it's been just moving to downside, but in a slow pace in here. If we do break below that level, then you're looking for price to get closer to this range next. Yeah, so that's definitely something that I will keep an eye on. Now, if you look a little bit more in detail, just check one thing. Right, so price is already reacting from something in here. It's actually creating new lows now. Yeah, I could see price going below the structure and perhaps reacting from something in here. All right, you can go further down and go below this level in here, and maybe having a reaction from the next one that it may have actually been left behind. Fresh, yeah, price actually managed to break this high in there. This level in here never really retraced that much into the zone, so that's maybe a level where you can look for. In here, when price went up, price retested already that level, so that's why it's a bit weaker, and price can actually eventually go and push a bit more to the downside in here. Yep, so that's one to keep an eye on, and maybe tomorrow we're going to have that reaction. DAX, yeah, DAX just continue to stay around this level, looking for DAX eventually to retrace to this level in here. Again, this was a really nice opportunity that happened in there. Again, that was with the opening, and since then price has been just moving to downside. So yeah, I do like the PA in here, and price can eventually test this level, can even go below that before anything else. So yeah, maybe we can just continue in here, creating a little bit of range in the middle. Yeah, but the tendency can be to push price a little bit more to the downside in there. Bitcoin, that's another one that you're looking for. Can just continues to break slightly new all-time highs, already reached the 108. So that's nice. It's compressing a little bit. Now it is creating some range in here. I could see eventually price retest this 104, basically the previous all-time high in there. So that could be a possibility for continuation to the upside. We'll see. I did manage to break below this low. Price kind of is already showing a little bit of bearishness in here, but this low keeps respecting price as well. So just want to keep an eye on. It's still bullish until we get clear signs of bearishness. It's just where it go. Ethereum fake out that those highs. Sorry, since March. So basically we had new not all-time highs. We have new highs for the year on Ethereum created yesterday, and now price kind of retracing a little bit, but we have these key marks in zero, these levels that can continue to hold price to the upside and eventually push price higher. Otherwise, if you start breaking below that level, maybe we can go a little bit deeper into here. At this point, not the biggest fan of this range in here, so you could eventually, yeah, we'll see. Something to keep an eye on as well. We can even look a little bit at Bitcoin dominance as well. So basically that's when we had that initial drop after the break of the 100k, and potentially if price actually goes into that level, it could make sense as well, basically retesting the 60% mark and potentially finding new selling opportunities. Looking at the charts, it could indeed react really nicely, but overall in here basically prices fill the target. All this compression that was going on in here, that's basically where price eventually now reacted from, and yeah, now we start noticing again bullishness on Bitcoin until eventually perhaps price goes there or something in here. All right, then we are looking at the Euro index, right? So Euro index, perfect, like really good move in here. That's exactly the levels that we were looking for. We talked about what this is. No clue what this is about. Yeah, we talked about this level in the previous days as a potential zone where you could see Euro index kind of holding and being respected in there. Otherwise, if price would break above this high, then I could see Euro index going much higher from here. This level, in my opinion, it's one of the last levels in here that could push euro index to the downside from where we are. A great reaction from this previous low in here into that supply as well in here, which is fresh. This highs in here never reacted from it, so that was a fresh zone. And then you start having that pattern of reversal that we usually see as well. Like, so we had virtually price as creating these highs in here, create another high in there, and then eventually have the fake out happening in there, and then price pushing lower. Like, it happened overnight. Since then, price is moving to downside. Nice interesting reaction from this previous left shoulders in here, and now price continue to push lower, and I'm looking for price to see how is it going to react at around this structure. Right, so basically that was the initial range that we could see euro index reacting from. It was now within this structure. If this level holds to the upside, then it can continue to push higher and eventually go even higher somewhere around this zone. If price starts breaking this zone in here, then you may have a little bit of a continuation to the downside on the euro pairs. But interesting enough is that we have this euro index which is quite negative, but euro dollar has been more in the range. Like, the other euro pairs have been the one moving. For example, euro yen or euro pound have been the ones actually moving in here. So I'm curious to see how price may react from this level. Maybe we can have a little bit of strength again on the euro as price is approaching this level. So if price does that, then it could look for something like that even on the euro dollar. And then the yen index, like this was the setup from yesterday that we talked about. In my opinion, that was the April setup from yesterday, where price reacted perfectly from the demand zone. Like, we're looking exactly for that setup. We talked about that. Price faking out this low. This is a perfect level. It was a level that also managed to break these highs in here. So you actually want to look for those decision points that managed to break structure, and that's exactly the level. And then it was fresh because price never reacted from it. And then even better is that price started to create some lows to it, and then we had the reversal. Like, unfortunately, the reversal happened overnight. Again, another move that happens during the Asian session, which makes it really hard to trade, unfortunately for me. Because the move overall, it was really good. Like, we can see exactly the approach. We talked about the compression that was going on and the weakness that we started to see a little bit on the yen index weakness. I mean, weakness from the sellers. So a little bit of bullishness that we start noticing without the compression. Yeah, we did manage to break that high initially. That potentially can be even the target for this move. Price then start to compress in here, and now finally we had the turn. Price respected at this point these two levels, right? It respected this one, and now it already respected that one as well. Okay, so that's basically what we have in here. Really nice move. Yeah, really nice move in here on the yen index. Yeah. Next we are going to be looking for price to get a little bit more to the upside, even though attention to this zone in here, which is maybe where price already reacting, you know. Yeah, attention to that one as well. That's basically the decision point to break this wall. Price compressing, and then again the momentum to break that wall. All right, now looking at the individual currency pairs, like, you're going to see like that on the individual yen pairs, there was quite an interesting opportunity to look for those shorts, as we'll see. Looking at the individual currency pairs, we have euro dollar. Just like we mentioned, it's still within this range. Yes, you did manage to break below that level. You never managed to break above in here, but you did manage to break some other highs in there. And price just keeps trading at around this structure. All right, so again, I haven't been interested whatsoever on the euro dollar during all this period. That's actually something that I'm actually proud of. The ability to be able to skip kind of ranging markets when price is about to range. I've been mentioning several times that I haven't really been interested that much in trading this euro dollar. There are other opportunities that you can look for at the end pairs, for example, just today, while euro dollar continues to be ranging in here. Yeah, so if you just try to trade around this level, yeah, good luck. Eventually, as I mentioned, I could see price going a little bit more to the downside or even higher. Hopefully tomorrow we are going to have a breakthrough or breakaway from this range in here during the FOMC, at least during the FOMC. Now the pound actually moved quite a lot. All right, so it has been reacting to the news in the UK quite positively, and we had this push higher, right? But in reality, in the higher time frame in here, we actually see this low being taken. All right, we see maybe this structure in here being taken, and then the question mark is, did this low react from where it should have in here? But otherwise, what you may have is that the price may retrace a little bit more and eventually going to make this move all the way towards something in here. All right, so that could be eventually a possibility. On the other side, we actually have also this push higher that maybe managed to break some structure, which means that eventually pound also wants to go higher. From all this move to the upside, this was actually kind of a nice reaction from this level after kind of that move as well. It was quite good, and in my opinion, I think either price kind of reacts from here or kind of then is free to go a little bit more to the upside. So yeah, somewhere around this level, this could actually be a nice range. Yeah, there's yeah, it could have some reaction from there. Yeah, something to keep an eye on. We look at euro pound as well. So euro pound, after that big push to the upside last week, now have the correction, and tomorrow again we have CPI in UK, so that's one to keep an eye on. I could see some reaction here. Actually, initially I saw some here today. Price kind of retraced all the way back closer to this level, and then it continued just to push to the downside. And yeah, maybe price wants to get a little bit closer, yeah, to the low. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I can see a little bit of compression in here. This kind of a nice turn. Eventually price could get definitely a little bit closer to here, but let's see if it doesn't really start turning from here. I'm not going to do anything right now on the euro pound, but it's something that I want to keep tracking, because after this big push up, maybe there are still some levels in here that price could react again and try to go higher again. So that's yeah, that's something that I want to keep an eye on. Aussie dollar, right? Aussie dollar continues within this bearish move. There were a few attempts that looked like price was about to go higher. I didn't see the break the upside in here, so I avoided any shorts, even though price actually reacted really nicely from this level. But I didn't really see any break now in here, so I just continued to stay away, and price now actually managed to break a new low, and it's still reacting from within this level, and eventually can even go a little bit more to the downside. Right, again, the compression is quite needed. You can see that price basically has been taking every single supply on the way down, even on the daily time frame. So yeah, it's a matter of keeping an eye on the Aussie dollar, because eventually we can have one of those turns, and then the move can be quite aggressive. Is it going to be tomorrow with the FOMC or after the FOMC? That's something to keep an eye on as well. So yeah, just keeping and tracking Aussie dollar. Yeah. Euro Aussie finally also moving to the upside in here. So we'll see also what eventually is going to happen from around this. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it wants to go a little bit more to the upside. Yeah, we'll see. found out it most likely continue to push a bit more to the upside. Yep, so it's back, so we respected literally the demand zone, and now the possibility is eventually to get a little bit more to the upside in here. So yeah, just kind of ignoring this level, I can see it going a little bit more to the upside. Yep. Next, New Zealand. All right, so New Zealand continues to be also within this strong compression to the downside. All right, so it's a slow move to the downside. It's losing momentum and losing momentum. All right, but it's continued to break new lows, even though we start to have a little bit of a few highs being broken, which I like it. Now, question mark is where New Zealand is going to go towards to, right? And we have this Davis level in there, and then price could even go slightly lower. So we are still potentially from this low, maybe still at around 15 pips away, and then from the other one, it's kind of 40 pips more away from the zone. So I want to see how price may react from around this level to see if there's any opportunity to look for a little bit more of a bigger move in here. Yeah, but yeah, price is kind of starting to show, again, it's starting to show some signs with those breaks, which I like it, but it may not still be the moment. But it's something that you can keep an eye on, and eventually that trade is going to be there to look for and to be taken. And also look at Aussie CAD as well, which has been it's been a bit more in the range, because we have Aussie moving down, then we have CAD moving upwards, so in depth in this weird range in here as well. Yeah, Aussie yen, we go and you move to downside, right? Today we move to downside on the yen index, sorry, move to the upside on the yen index, move to downside on the individual yen pairs. That's exactly what we had. Kind of the reaction was actually quite okay above this about top into that zone. We broke the line as well, and price just pushing a bit more to the downside from here. So that's an interesting move in here on the index. Sorry, in Aussie yen. Yeah, the other yen pairs, there you go. Like, that's the move to the downside that you're looking for. Like, basically price now retesting this structure, and you had that move on the dollar yen. So yeah, starting to move a bit more to the downside from where it was. We're looking even if to see price will eventually break to the or close this gap in here, and eventually starting to aim a little bit more closer to the highs. But for now, good reaction, and you can go even a little bit more in here on the dollar yen. So yeah, nice move. It's kind of that first push downside after this strong move up, eventually expecting price to continue to go a little bit more to the upside as well. And euro yen, yeah, that's exactly the one that I was looking for. Yeah, so that's a really nice move. We're looking to see price taking this high. Eventually it did it, and then that last push into the supply level in there. That was a really good move. That's kind of that initial target was this compression in here, this range, and price just gave it quite naturally in here. All right, so yeah, really nice turn. Price actually broke that level as well, goes and then start pushing that side. It could have gone maybe one more time somewhere around here, but no, it just continues to push over. So that was a nice move, and now looking for price maybe to have some kind of impact at around this. Yeah, somewhere around here. It could have a little bit of a reaction, and then eventually can even lead into something like this. Yeah, so that that looked nice. That's exactly the setup we talked about yesterday in here. Pound yen also reacted a little bit from that supply. There was even another one slightly higher, but it just respected this level in here. The fake out slightly that level, broke this low, and then kind of nice retest into this zone in here. So that was a nice opportunity as well. Even though I could continue to see a little bit more of a push to the upside into that level. Yeah. All right, at the end. Yeah, pushing forward as well. Dollar CAD. Yeah, dollar CAD just continues, right? So maybe the target is exactly those highs, and maybe that's where eventually it's going to stop. But I could see a little bit of bearishness before getting there, right? Cannot really, maybe it's going to go all the way through. Then that's not exactly usually how price reacts. Well, actually compare this move up in here and the other one, they were actually quite aggressive, to be honest. I should remember this day. No, this was COVID. Yeah, this was not one. Yeah, I'm looking to see if price eventually gets and takes this high. Maybe something in here could help. Again, it's a bit tricky. You cannot really go too much into war time frames in here, unfortunately. Yeah, something in there could be. All right. Yeah, so it just continues. There's no break of lows, there's nothing. It's just poor bullish move in here. So yeah, just let it go, let it run, let it go, let it continue. Not really fighting anything in here at this point. Just let it run and move. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see there. Euro cards. Oh, nice move. Okay, yeah, that's a nice move from that supply in there. It's basically a good decision point that also managed to break this. They're switching the momentum there, and then price just ranging here. So this is the beginning of a nice move. I was looking to see price actually would eventually go a bit more into that level. Price just respected this on in here. So yeah, that was it's a little bit of a nice, interesting move in here. You actually basically have this double top as well. Price kind of tries to go compression, and yeah, nice little move, and then kind of reaction again. Oh yeah, I really wanted to see price going a little bit more into there. That's where my alert is. But so far price kind of reacting from the zone underneath. We need to pay attention to this previous zone in here. Basically price already kind of reacted from it, so it's a bit weaker, to be honest. Price already created all this reaction from that move in there. Yeah, broke, respected the level, and now pushing higher. Yeah, so that's something to keep an eye on. Eventually price may want to go closer to that level as well. And then you have pound CAD, which just continues to be bullish in the alignment with CAD and the pound, so that makes it even more bullish. And price is approaching this interesting high in there, and you may have some reaction. Like price already created a lot of reaction after taking these highs. The bullish move continues. Price respected those lows, but yeah, I'm curious to see how price eventually may react from that level in here. So that's something to keep an eye on. Update that. Yeah, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on as pound CAD is approaching. Again, you can see on the 4-hour time frame a really strong push upwards in here. Yeah, wanted to see going a little bit more to the upside, to be honest. Dollar franc Swiss, nice move. Alright, so this is actually something interesting with price reacting from this kind of this quasi mode in here. Alright, kind of coming back into here. Price actually reacted from that base, and what we have in here is also price breaking structure a little bit to the downside, even though it is just reacting from that zone, and now we fake out the high. Right, so that's one to keep an eye on as well. Maybe there's new reaction to be expected from here. It's a little bit with the news today. Maybe there's more more opportunities somewhere around this level to look for. But yeah, nice move in here. Yeah, that was good. Gold also pushed a bit lower, and now it reacted perfectly from the demand zone. Right, that was a really good move. Price actually managed to break slightly with these highs first, and then kind of went out the way, pick out this low again. Really good reaction. May even actually miss it by a little bit, but yeah, pick out this low, got something in there, and now pushing a little bit more to the upside, and we'll see if this is to hold or just a continuation down. Right, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. Yeah, so after that, the big move down, maybe price now is ready to go and correct a little bit to the upside. Otherwise, if you start breaking below that, in my opinion, then it can go actually even lower in here. Silver corrected a little bit as well. Yeah, getting into this demand zone, right? And then oil. Okay, so oil, we had a really strong push down. Again, we were looking for that. Right, we're looking for that, and our price still respecting this level. So I'm curious to see how price will react back into these extremes. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But we're still within this range. We'll see. And that's basically it. So maybe starting from the end, well, within the range, we'll see. If price goes back to the highs, maybe there's more opportunities to sell. There's another structure slightly above that, around 72, 73. So that's another level that oil eventually could go towards to. Gold, I think gold, it's at an interesting level that you could see a bounce to the upside. Otherwise, if price doesn't really manage to break above this level, then we may actually continue to push even lower. And we starting to get closer into this zone. Otherwise, price may do this in here. Dollar front Swiss, good reaction. Maybe there's new sell opportunities if prices get closer to something in there. That could play out maybe. Dollar CAD just continues with the bullish momentum. Attention eventually to take that high on the higher time frame on the left side. And if price then just wants to continue to go into that double top, then it can. Otherwise, you may have some selling pressure a little bit after such a big momentum to the upside that we have recently. Yeah, there's even Euro CAD and then Pound CAD as well. They're quite interesting. The yen pairs, we had that push to the upside on the yen index, push downside on the yen pairs. Now we'll see what's going to happen. The move, there was not exactly a deep retracement in there, and yeah, Euro yen, for example, if prices goes back into close to the highs, then maybe something in here. We just managed to break now this structure. With price can even go a little bit more to the downside, similar on the pound yen, and also Aussie yen and dollar yen, which is actually making a great move. To the upside from here. Yeah, euro dollar in a range, pound slightly more bullish, euro pound as well a bit more bearish. Tomorrow we have CPI in the UK, so that's another one straight away in the morning that you can expect some volatility. Aussie and New Zealand continues in this bearish move, a lot of compression, and I'm going to be looking for a potential reversal from to the upside. I'm just looking for that trigger. And US indices, interesting move on the S&P is still in the range. Dow is actually approaching an interesting level that you can look for longs. DAX is still a bit more bearish. Hopefully price going to retrace to the highs again, and the Nasdaq, this interesting move to downside today after such a bullish momentum the other day, and yeah, we'll see if this is the top for now or not. And that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be FOMC, so I'm not going to be here. I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you guys. I'll see you Thursday. Muito obrigado.